y'all, before we get started, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell for notifications each time we go live. This is Hello Colorado. All right, y'all, we're about to get started. Do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and follow us on social media to stay up to date with everything Colorado sports. Let's make this show the best part of your week. Let's go! Hello, Colorado. Welcome back to another episode. Episode 7. We are live in the building in full effect. Shout out the cameraman. Shout out the producers. Go like, follow, subscribe to our network page. Go follow me on Instagram. Go follow us on YouTube. And we're back. We're back with our backs bigger than ever. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Red velvet, pumpkin, or not pumpkin, excuse me, sweet potato, all that on deck, on my back right now. Just gotta unbig it by the new year. But yeah, we're back. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm excited to be here with everyone. A lot going on, a lot of sports wrapping up. Youth football has wrapped up. We will be jumping into youth basketball once that gets going. Give them a little break from football. There goes my pen. But give them a little break from football. But we will jump right into the high school football playoffs. And it has been exciting. The powerhouses aren't powerhousing, except one. That is Cherry Creek, your 14-time state champions. They are powerhousing right now. They just beat Valor Christian in dominant fashion, 42-17. Valor will look forward to the hardwood this time around. They are out of the state championship playoffs. Cherry Creek is into the championship. Valor's out. Cherry Creek will play Legend. Number 6 Legend took down Fairview 35-21. Legend is looking for their very first state championship this year, and it's going to be a tough task. Cherry Creek, I don't think they like how they went out last year. They had a chance to 4-peat, but they got put out last year, so they are definitely looking for revenge. And Cherry Creek Legend, they will play this Saturday, December 7th, at Canvas Stadium at CSU, just where the Little League state championships were before. And Legend Fairview, number 7 Fairview, beating some big time opponents like Columbine, who I thought personally would win it all again this year, got put out by Valor Christian, but in return, Cherry Creek eliminated them. And yeah, let's talk about this Cherry Creek team for a second. They're looking for their 7th straight state championship appearance. This isn't 7 straight playoff appearances. This is 7 straight. They're in the big game, playing to win it. Besides last year, they had won 4 in a row. And Dave Logan, let's talk about Dave a little bit. He's won everywhere he's went. Dave Logan has won everywhere he's went. He won 1 at Arvada West in the 90s. He won 4 at Mullen. And now he has created the powerhouse known as Cherry Creek. And he's looking for his 6th state championship. Yeah, it's going to be David versus Goliath on Saturday. And Legend will be playing David, or they'll be attempting to play David on Saturday. They are looking for their first. It's going to be tough. Cherry Creek has only lost once, and it was to Sky Ridge out in Utah. But all of their other games have been 3 or more scores. They're blowing everyone out by 3 or more scores. And I want to give hope. It's any given Sunday on any level. Any team can get beat. However, this Cherry Creek Bruins team is looking dominant as ever. And they've built a program. And they start from Little League. Their Little League programs are running scores up. Then their JV or their freshman team just went undefeated, 9-0. And their JV, mediocre, 5-3. But Dave Logan and Cherry Creek has a system over there where they start them young. And they go win state championships after that. That's the only really, I don't know if you guys want to say that to inner city school, but that's the only really inner city school I know that's feeding a feeder program, a real life feeder program. I know some schools, inner city try to do it, but they're not doing it like the Bruins. They're not doing it like Dave Logan. I understand Dave, professional football player. He's a professional announcer, radio broadcaster, now a legendary high school football coach. I read something where Dave Logan's in 8 Hall of Fames, whether it's Little League, high school broadcast, 8 Hall of Fames. So, look out for Cherry Creek on Saturday. They will be up in Fort Collins at Canvas Stadium playing Legend, looking for their first ever state championship. Moving down to 4A, another feeder school, or they're just getting started. They want to become this feeder school, is Broomfield High School. They won it in 2022. They got the Broomfield Blitz. I understand a lot of their kids go to Broomfield High School after, and the Broomfield Blitz Little League teams did not mess around this year at all. Broomfield will be playing host to Montrose, looking for their first title in 24 years. Last time Montrose High School won a football championship was back in 2000. Broomfield, they got a really nice program going on. I believe they lost last year to Erie. Erie made a name for themselves this year. They went from 4A to 5A, Erie High School, and then they made it all the way to the semifinals before getting beat by Cherry Creek. Shout out to Erie. Shout out them making that jump from 4A to 5A and still competing. But 4A state championship, Broomfield High School versus Montrose. 5A state championship, Cherry Creek versus Legend High School. And Montrose, these boys are rolling. Broomfield has a good program, but Montrose is rolling. Okay? They have not lost all year, and they don't look like they want to slow down. Also, I believe Broomfield's only loss was to Erie. So just connect the dots. Broomfield 4A, Erie 5A. Erie won the state championship in 4A last year. Broomfield's only loss this year was to 5A Erie. Connect the dots right there. Montrose doesn't look like they're slowing down. 13-0. All of these games will take place in Fort Collins. 5A starting at 6 p.m. 4A starting at 2 p.m. 3A will be at 11 a.m. in the morning. Staying on the gridiron. Them Buffs put a beat down on the Oklahoma State Cowboys. I had the pleasure of being in attendance that day. Shedeur Sanders almost threw for 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. He's the best quarterback in next year's draft. He threw for 3,920-something yards and almost 40 touchdowns. Well, he threw for 35, ran for 4. But Shedeur Sanders got it done. It's going to be a sight to see when he's not there with his father. Coach Prime next year, but they just flipped the number 2 prospect in the up-and-coming recruiting class. Julian Lewis flipped from USC to CU because he will have the reins since Shedeur Sanders will be getting drafted number 1. And this man right here, Travis Hunter, top 5 in receptions, top 5 in receiving yards, top 5 in receiving touchdowns. And he's a lockdown corner. Let's just say he's a lock to win the Heisman as well. He had 10 receptions, 116 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did the hat trick, and he had 1 interception against the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Nobody else is doing it. No one else is dominant on both sides of the football. I honestly believe if he only focused on wide receiver, he would have put up Devontae Smith Heisman Trophy numbers. Easily, he could have went for 2,200 receiving yards, 23 touchdowns. But he's playing both sides, and he also had LeJontay Wester, who came out of nowhere. I don't believe he'll be a top 3-round pick, but he will go in 4, 5, and 6. LeJontay Wester against the Cowboys on Saturday. 11 catches, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns. These Buffs. I'm almost honored to say I was there to witness their last home game. I do want to see what they have in store for us next year without Shedeur Sanders, without Travis Hunter, without LeJontay. I'm sure Deion Sanders is going to put together a recruiting class that will be able to step up, and a transfer class, because that's what it's all about nowadays. It's the transfer portal. I'm sure after these bowl games are done, the transfer portal is going to open up, and these CU Buffs will get some 5-star, 4-star talent. However, we don't know who the CU Buffaloes will be playing in their bowl game. Unfortunately, they did not make it to the Big 12 championship. They needed 3 of the other teams they were tied with. 2 of the 3 other teams they were tied with to lose. They did not lose. So it'll be Iowa State versus Arizona State in the Big 12 championship. Ironically enough, CU did beat Arizona State handedly. Like what the kids say, BTA. CU put belt so you know what against Arizona State. But they're not in it. They won't make the playoffs, barring some crazy event where numerous players get suspended on a playoff team because of fighting or whatever happened on Saturday between O State and Michigan. But I don't see it happening. They won't get in. Hopefully they will play a contender, though. I want to see them play like a good SEC school or a good Big Ten school. We'll be looking for that. We'll also be looking for that Heisman ceremony. Hopefully Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter are there, because Shedeur Sanders' numbers are crazy. But Travis Hunter, he's just a different breed. He's a different specimen. Yeah. Shout out to the CU Buffs. 9-3 season, 2 years after going 1-11. This year, there was a poll. You could go look it up. Deion Sanders was ranked bottom 2 in the Big 12 coaches. He was ranked one of the worst. I don't know how. I don't know who was ranking these people. But you go look it up. He's ranked at the bottom. He proved everybody wrong. CU Buffs proved a lot of people wrong. I don't hear any talk anymore. But shout out them. I will let you know who they will play. It's looking like it's going to be a 3-loss SEC team, hopefully. But we'll see. You never know. Coach Prime did say all of his players will play, so it won't be like anybody sitting out. We will have an entertaining bowl game. And, yeah, shout outs what did they say? Sco Buffs. Staying on the gridiron. Big time matchup. Big time matchup. Oh yeah, here goes mossed him. This is crazy because it's defensive pass interference. He's all over him, and he still goes up and gets it. They were fun to watch this year. I've never seen. Well, who am I? Who am I kidding? I've never been to a CU game until these last couple of years, but I'm sure Folsom Field never seen a crowd rocking like that. They were definitely rocking on Friday. And I can't wait for the season opener next year. I cannot wait for that season opener. Anyway, big game coming up tonight. We have the Denver Broncos versus the Cleveland Browns. It's a big game for the Broncos as they try to stay on track and stay in the race with the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. Excuse me. Not so big for the Cleveland Browns as they're 3-8 and they are looking for a top seed in the NFL draft. They paid all that money for Deshaun Watson, and he hasn't produced anything. Good thing famous Jameis has came and he took over the reins for the Cleveland Browns, and they're competitive. I'm not going to say they're good, but the Cleveland Browns are competitive. I don't expect the Broncos to roll over the Browns as they have these past 2 weeks. I do expect the Broncos to win, starting with the defense. Remember I said last year they had a 5-0 stretch, and it starts with the big boys up front. They're the last 2 weeks they're on a 2-game winning stretch after losing to Baltimore and Kansas City. But they can extend it to 3 games this week, starting with the big boys up front. And it also, Bo Nix needs to keep making good decisions with the football. He's a rookie, and he's been playing fantastic. But his decision making with the football needs to stay there. He needs to keep making quick decisions, run the ball if he has to. Speaking of run the ball, Javonte Williams, the rookie Audric Estime, he hasn't been getting it done. He's been seeing more carries. Jaleel McLaughlin, he's a receiving back. But this man right here, Javonte Williams, needs to get going. I expect Javonte Williams to have a big-time game tonight, over 100 yards for all you bettors. If you take his over on props, I believe it's like 54.5 or something like that right now. But this Cleveland Browns team, they get after the pass rush, but you can run the ball on them. Javonte Williams needs to get after it. I feel like I'm saying this nearly every other week. The Broncos haven't had a 100-yard rusher. And I believe that stops tonight. Bo Nix, to stay in the rookie race, needs another big-time game. Jaden Daniels went crazy yesterday. Threw for over 300, 3 touchdowns, and ran one in. There's a statistic. Stay with me. There's a statistic. It's called Boo statistic. Balls over opponent. So does your quarterback have more, you know what, than his opponent? And I feel like today Bo Nix will show why he was the quarterback, the highly drafted quarterback that he is. Jameis Winston, fantastic person, fantastic energy. I believe he'll throw a couple picks. And the Broncos will walk out with a close one. That is here tonight at 6:20 kickoff, I believe. Cleveland Browns versus the Denver Broncos. Moving on to the hardwood. High school basketball season starts tonight, actually. We have the defending champions Valor Eagles, boys and girls. Remember last year they took state in the boys region and the girls region. Um, Valor opens their season against Mountain Vista on Wednesday, and the girls open their season tonight versus Rock Canyon. And if we can pull up the ratings for the boys, as you can see right there, Valor Christian ranked number 3. Rawson Valley, I'm not sure how they're ahead. However, they are ahead. Rangeview plays host to Gateway tomorrow at Gateway High School. Big time inter-city rivalry game. I'm not sure how close it'll be. Hopefully, Gateway shows up to play. But Rangeview Gateway tomorrow. The defending champion girl Eagles, Valor Christian, play tonight versus Rock Canyon. It's going to be an interesting season. As you can see, Denver South is ranked ahead of East High School, not even on the list. Cherry Creek, they're top 10. Those Bruins could play some sports. Shout out to Cherry Creek Soccer, as they just won the state championship in soccer. So they're looking to win it in football, soccer, top 10 in basketball. Yeah, they know what they're doing over there in Cherry Creek. But yeah, basketball is coming. Be there at Gateway. That's going to be a big time game. It's going to be packed. Also, well, that's tonight, but be there at Gateway tomorrow. Saturday is the football championship. And goodness gracious, to stay on the hardwood, these Nuggets are really grinding my gears. Can't trust them. Can't trust them. I feel like basketball is not the top 3 priority for a lot of the players and coaches on the Denver Nuggets. Michael Malone missing games to go to his daughter's volleyball game. I understand, but I don't even think it was senior night. Like, what are we doing? You're missing work to go to not senior night volleyball game? Come on, Michael. Nikola Jokic, he's missing games. They still haven't told us why he was out for so long. Denver Nuggets are 10-8. They're 1 game back from being out of it. I'm not here to press the panic button because it's game 18 out of an 82-game season. But basketball has to be a priority, right? Basketball has to be a priority to these professionals if they want. I mean, is the goal to win a championship? Are they trying to get back to greatness? What did Michael Malone say? Run it back? Not 1, not 2. What are we doing here? You're missing games for what? Nicole, speaking of missing games, Jamal Murray, he's missing and going to UFC fights. He's not there getting ready to play for the Saturday game. He's at the UFC fight. Coach Malone is at the volleyball game. Nikola Jokic, I put some respect on Nikola Jokic's name because of what he does on the court. He shows up for basketball, but these other players and personnel, they gotta start rethinking what we're doing here before it gets too late. Game 18 out of 82 game season. Season really doesn't start heating up until a little bit before the All-Star break, after All-Star. But come on, Nuggets. Let's go, Nuggets. And we as fans have to stay in it too. Because once we get complacent, all of a sudden we're right back to where we were before we knew what a Nuggets championship looked like. Before, what is that? It's like Colorado Rockies territory. We don't know what that looks like over there. We don't know what the Rockies winning looks like. We know what Nuggets look like. They got to keep it consistent just so we don't go back in time. Moving forward, alright, I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but I'm going to just keep it brief. These Colorado Avalanche, their championship window is closed. They're losing to bad teams. I'm no hockey expert, but I know what a bad team looks like. And never solved the goalie problem. Still giving up goals. It's one thing, like, they haven't had a high-powered offense. They can score, but the defense is non-existent. Right now, Deion Sanders has Colorado sports on his back. Speaking of on his back, if you're feeling generous, Facebook has super stickers. Send me a super sticker. If you're loving the content, you're liking what our network is doing, there's super stickers on Facebook. Super stickers on YouTube, stars on Facebook. Let me check some of y'all's comments, man. I try to keep up with y'all right here. Alright, I'm not even... I believe I'm behind. My apologies, I'm behind on the comments, but yeah, we're into basketball season now. And I don't know, I just like when the Nuggets are winning. Love when the Nuggets are winning. But we will, give me teams, Little League teams. You guys send me the games, I'll try to pull up. But yes, that will do it for episode 7 of your Hello Colorado show. Teams, send me the games. I got some stuff in the work. Trying to be at all the Little League games. I'm talking Little League specifically. I know when the high school, college, pro games are. Little League players, parents, let us know. We'll pull up, get some video, feature your son or daughter on Hello Colorado, get them some exposure. Yeah. Shout out y'all. Shout out y'all for being with me. Shout out my little viewers. I appreciate you guys. Godspeed.